Hello chess fans, in today's video we're going to look at a very common trick you can play as both black and white, and it often will occur in many intermediate to beginner level games. So the trick starts off with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, defending the pawn, developing your pieces, knight c3, knight f6, and bishop c4. It basically just has to get this position with the 4 knights and the bishop out here, or maybe one knight and a knight here and knight here. And the trick actually in this position is to just simply take this pawn, seemingly giving up a piece at first, but after knight takes back, we have d5 with this fork. And if we notice, the main one of the most common moves here is actually to play with takes here, and after takes here, knight c3, and we go back. There's many famous games in this position, but actually black is just simply better because he has a pawn in the center and white doesn't. After something like castles, bishop c5, we can see black just has a lot more space than white. And this all happened because we played this nice trick with knight takes e4. So now let's look at another variation of this trick, in which we played bishop c5 and where the trick actually doesn't work. Let's say our opponent wastes a move with a3. Here the same trick actually doesn't work because we have this bishop on c5 and that will be attacked with a tempo. So after knight takes here, which is a blunder by the way, knight takes back and d5, seemingly forking the pieces, we also forgot we're actually giving up one of our own pieces, and after it takes here, we're simply down a piece. So now let's flip it to the white side so we can see one of the tricks within this variation. This is also common within other variations as well, in which you can take on e4. But one of the tricks is with bishop c4, knight f6, and knight c3. Seemingly this does meet all our criteria of having the knight defending the pawn, the bishop on c4, and our bishop isn't on c5. But actually here, black should arguably not take and instead play here and look for the same trick like this. But instead, let's say black takes. If white simply takes, then, well, he's fine after d5, and we get the same position. But here, white has the stunning intermezzo move, which is seemingly crazy, queen h5, just threatening a scholar's mate. And as we can see here, it's not really that easy for black to parry both threats. There's a threat on the knight, and there's also a threat on the f7 pawn. So there's two ways you can parry it, either with knight g5, which is a blunder because after d4, you just take the knight next move, or the main move in this position, which is knight d6, simply defending the pawn, attacking the bishop, and also moving your knight out of the attack of the knight. And after something like bishop b3, bishop e7, queen takes e5, and castles, this position is still slightly is equal, but honestly, I think I would prefer black because he has the rook coming here, he has the bishop coming here with tempo, and white's queen is very misplaced. There's also, this position is also in the master database winning for black in most cases. The other thing that you can do after knight d6 is they can take the pawn on e5. Some of you may have been wondering this, but after queen e7 takes bishop b3 because the bishop is attacked, knight f5, here, and something like c6, d5, the position is just completely equal here. And if you can get a completely equal position where there's nothing to play for as black, you should be happy to get that because then you can outplay your opponent. So that's the end of today's video. There's just a few things to memorize about this trap. First of all, the bishop has to be on c4, the knight has to be defending the pawn, and we have to not have a bishop on c5. And if we can do that, we can get to superior position like this, in which we just simply have more space in the center. So that's the end of today's video, guys. If you liked the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. And just recommend any type of video ideas you would want in the future, as I'm glad to make anything that you guys would want. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.